If you want to save $5,000 in 2025, this viral money book, you can save $5,000. And there's only 100 slots. I decided to try to get a jump on next year. See how this works? In 20, you put 20. In 60, you put 60, and so on. The best part about this is it's really fun to save, but right now it's only $1 because it's on flash sale. You can totally do this too, save $5,000. You just gotta go get one.
That's all you do. You just gotta get one, and money comes to you, and you just put it in there. No, I don't know about this 100 envelope savings challenge. Great if it works for you, but I like digital. I like automation. Those of you that have steady income and have direct deposit that coming in, I recommend just doing or just automating. Have a separate account and have that funnel into that type of account. These, you never know. What if you lose it? What if you invite people over and they see it? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a little risky, but if it works for you, great. And whatever you got to do, however you have to rethink things to save and think of new ways to save for your future. If it works, it works. But for me, no. Let's take a look at the comments. I did $100 in every one and made $10K. Good for you. Does each money slot have the dollar suggested amount written on each slot totaling $5,050? What's the reply say? Oh, no reply. So what's money to save money? I can't wait till mine comes in. Ready to accomplish my goal by finishing the whole binder. $54 every 10 days. $2, but $10 in shipping. Yeah, the ones I found with free shipping are $11. Would you prefer? How long do you think it takes? As long as you want to take. Or put that $5K in a high yield savings account and build 5% interest on that money. There you go. Does a binder give you interest? No, not so much. All right. I got one at the beginning of the year, and I just put $100 every paycheck. Wow, good for you. That's awesome. Would be great if I had money to put in. Oh, that's facts. All right, let's go to the next one.
Welcome back to day 3 of building a budget with me in Google Sheets for the new year. If you're new here and you want to check out the budget that we're working on, just go back a couple of videos on my page and I go over this entire spreadsheet and how it works. Picking up where we left off yesterday, we finished up with all of our formulas and now we're going to be adding in some conditional formatting. And yes, we will also be adding in those pie graphs. So first we're going to add some conditional formatting to our spending planner. So go ahead and select your entire actual column, including the total at the bottom. Right click, go down to view more cell actions and over to conditional formatting. What we're doing here is setting it so that when we overspend in one of our categories, the cell highlights red. So we need to add a custom formula under our format rules. Just like with any other formula, we're going to start it off with an equal sign, and then you can just copy to our subscriptions chart. We don't need to do it for our
Okay. I mean, I get the gist of it. I like it. I like the idea of tracking spending, tracking income coming in. I think it's great. But I think what's more important is not only the idea of tracking, but also your behavior as it relates to spending, budgeting, and your money. Tracking is phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but I think it's your behavior and ultimately how that will shape your budgeting or financial journey in the future. What do I mean by behavior? Okay, well, tracking is good because you can see the breakdown of everything else, but when you're out and about, let's say, beginning of the week, for instance, as it relates to food, you do a prep meal, right? But let's say you're on Wednesday and you're tired of eating your rice and chicken breast or whatever you prep meal for. How is your behavior towards money and spending? That's going to be tested, right? Because the urge to go to Chipotle or some other fast food or some other variety, right? The behavior of disciplining yourself. You've already prep mealed for the week. Why would you go to somewhere else to eat, right? It's different if it's like a work function and you have to go or some event. But, let's say it's your routine week by week type of environment. How is your behavior towards money going to be challenged, and how are you going to stay disciplined to meet your goal by the end of the month, the end of the quarter, the end of the year? So is this what I mean by, behavioral as it relates to money? But let's take a look at the comments. Formulas and comments would be helpful. Okay. There you go. Hello, I purchased your template, but it will not let me edit. So this looks like just some sort of marketing to sell their stuff. I love all this. Thank you for sharing. Where did you learn how to do all this? In Google Sheets, a website, or learn on your own? So impressive. I taught myself by building a budget. I think more of the things I wanted a budget to do. So I would just Google my questions and there was typically an answer in a forum somewhere. I'm going to move on.
Hey guys, I'm back with another week of budget dinners. If you're new here, sometimes we do a week of Aldi dinners and sometimes we do Walmart. This week we're back to Walmart. I spent $59.
I go to Walmart myself. So I already like this video. Good job.
For 5 dinners, so a little bit higher than I usually go, but I've been getting a lot of requests to bulk up the meals, add more meat, saying you've got teenage boys or just a really hungry husband. I get it. So this week we're extra heavy on the meat. I think you'll appreciate that. If you're new here, I break down everything I got, and then throughout the week I share every single recipe for that night, so you get to come back to my page and watch me cook meals 1 through 5. Let's just see what we have. I'm gonna start by sharing this week's produce. I'm gonna need 1 lemon, a package of organic dill, 1 bulb of garlic, these Oh Snap pickles, 3 Roma tomatoes, 1 red onion, 2 heads of broccoli, a package of mini cucumbers, and market side iceberg shredded lettuce. For grains this week, you're gonna need 1 pound of elbow macaroni, minute jasmine rice. This is instant. If you can get Great Value brand, even better. They didn't have it. This Annie's mac and cheese, and some
My kids love Annie's mac and cheese.
Great Value flour tortillas. These are soft taco, medium sized. Now for our spices, you're gonna need some chili powder, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder. I also got some burger sauce. This is Great Value. This is an organic tomato basil pasta sauce, Great Value. 2 cans of black beans. Dairy this week, I got a container of plain Greek yogurt. This is Great Value. And 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, also Great Value. Grabbed 1 pound of this Jenny O 93.7 ground turkey. This is 1 pound of grass-fed organic 8515 ground beef.
We get the same one. I love that ground beef.
On my pickup order, I ordered one of the large Tyson containers like this of drumsticks, but they must have been out because they substituted this brand. It's still just a large amount of chicken drumsticks. I'm trying to find the weight.
Chicken thighs, in my opinion, are the best ones. They taste better, they cook better. We're a chicken thigh family.
On here what they gave me, but just grab a large package, like I said, like one of these. And then lastly, I ordered a package of chicken thighs, the one that is smaller than this, but they substituted a large one for me. But for this week, just grab the small package, not the large package of skin-on chicken thighs.
Good for her. See, kind of like what I was talking about in the previous video in terms of preparing for the week, having a good plan out and ready. She didn't break down the budget, just kind of what she got, or would have wanted to see that, but maybe I gotta subscribe and follow the channel so I can get more details. What part of the country are you located? This feels like a ton of food for $59. Yeah, that's a lot for considering what she said at the beginning. Where do you live? Because the produce you showed was $50 here. My problem is I won't buy food from Walmart. Why not? Why not? What's wrong with Walmart food? It's our produce. Now, let me see. There's 2 replies. Oh, see? Look. Why not? They've had tons of recalls over the past years, so I just started steering clear. All right. To each their own, I guess. My Walmart got rid of plastic bags, so seeing them is almost nostalgic. Really? We still have plastic bags at our Walmart here. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Please never end this series. It's greatly needed by just about everyone. I love dinners for cheap, but how do y'all budget for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for tiny humans? Because $100 a week for all of that is impossible. I'm in Cali and I don't feel like the meals plus the price of the bags would be so cheap. Yeah. We used to live in California. It was getting expensive. That was kind of one of the reasons why we decided to venture on over to Texas. Just the cost of living. So I'll feel you on that one. These videos are so appreciated, especially when all of my For You page is full of videos of overconsumption. Thank you for being here. There you go. All right, let me read one more. Thank you so much for doing this. I love your videos. They help me plan our meals for the week after week. But I have a hungry husband and a 13-year-old football player's son. High protein is key for us. You are so appreciated. So there you go. Hopefully she'll do a high protein one for the next video.
What we're not doing this year is being stupid with our money. But Bradley, it's not fun to save money. I want to live my best life. Wake up! You're not living your best.
So dramatic. A lot of energy, a lot of passion. I had to perk up a little bit.
best life when the choices you make leave you with no money. You're not living your best life when you get a paycheck and you have no idea where it went by the end of the month. Wasting your money and buying crap you don't need is so last year. You have financial goals and
Almost broke his neck on that one. You see the passion and gosh, just I love it.
we're going to accomplish them this year. We're not letting fast food and going out to eat getting in our way. We're not letting overconsumption.
I like how he's saying we instead of you. It's more of like a community type of goal. You know, we. I like that.
Get in our way because that's stupid. Delete every app on your phone. Unsubscribe to every email you get that tempts you to spend money. Everything in that shopping cart, delete. It's gone. You don't need it. We don't accomplish our financial goals when we're constantly spending money on stuff we want and not focusing on what we need.
Facts.
When I was in $130,000 of debt in my 20s, I knew nothing was going to change if I didn't make the changes. Nothing was going to get better unless I made the sacrifices for things to possibly get better. Honestly, how your finances go this year is completely up to you. I'm not
It's always up to you, 100%.
saying it's easy. I'm not saying there's going to be setbacks because life happens. But you don't want to wake up a year from today in 2027 and realize you are in the same exact position you were now. I love you guys. Happy Frugal New Year, and let's crush those financial goals. Wake up!
Jeez, ready to run through a wall. Gosh. Batty Brad, nice job. I agree with most of what he said. He was, I mean, for the most part, trying to wake people up and have them realize 100% it's up to you. I like how he said we, as if it's a big community. We're all here together. We're all facing similar circumstances as it relates to budgeting, spending. You're not alone. So I love it. All right, let's go to the comments. I mean, he's right. He saved $200,000 last year. What did we walk away with? Wow. Did he? Let me look at the comments. Clean teeth. What was that? Clean teeth. We don't have social media. He would be poor if he didn't have this channel. Start one. I mean, if you're watching, that's what I did. I am consuming the same videos and everything else, and I feel like I can provide some value based on my experience and insight. So 100%, Sutherland Claudia, start your own. You never know. You might have a knack for it, and you might do well. Regret and a few pounds heavier. Oh, man. All right. Oh my God, these comments. You don't have to be as frugal as he is, but the message is clear. Don't buy what you don't need. That doesn't mean that you can't ever have anything you don't need, but just don't do it as much as you usually do. Watch how much you eat out. Start living the life a little more moderate so you can plan for the future. The concept is pretty simple, even if actually doing it is hard. Quit bashing him. He may be over the top, but he's not wrong. Yeah, I agree. He's not wrong. My granddad said, look at a price and think how much you make an hour and think if this thing is worth 2 hours. Okay, I mean, it depends on what you're buying, right? My goal this year is to pay off all my debt. Oh, there you go. How much debt do you have? Boop. So when am I supposed to spend the money? When I'm 80 and can't do? Like the previous comment said, I don't think it's that extreme, but I guess people interpret things differently, right? So we have the comments. All right, let's read one more. Bradley, you've helped me so much financially, and I'm so sorry that the haters have gotten so loud. I'm proud of us. And here's to another year of balancing and healing and frugality. We got this. Nice. You know what? I'm going to follow you. Here we go. All right, we'll go to one last one, then we'll close out this episode.
Budget my paycheck with me as a recovering overspender. I budget the same way every single time I get paid, and that is a level of consistency that I can tell you my 25-year-old self would just cry over. The first thing I do is list out my income. I move over to my fixed expenses, my variable expenses, and then my subscriptions. Basically, I'm just following along this page exactly. I'm going back and forth.
See, that's the thing about these manual budgeting hacks or tips and tricks. It's just, if you're just copying the same thing from one page to another, why not just automate it and save yourself a little bit of time? But again, I understand sometimes we have to think or do things differently in order to start the gears of motion into new behavioral habits, especially as it relates to spending. But in my opinion, I feel like you would save a lot more time automating a lot of these things, or at least digitizing. You do it on your phone, right? There's so many apps now, opposed to physically doing, because if it's so mundane and you're just copying back and forth, I mean, you just save so much time, in my opinion.
Forth between my bill creator calendar, my monthly breakdown, and my paycheck spending plan. For a really long time, I was just winging it, like writing things on some notepad or somewhere.
It just reminds me of like at work when we used to have to utilize paper and calculator and things like this, where everything was so manual, and slowly but surely everything was scanned over, digitized. It just saved so much time, created more opportunities for us workers to think differently and be more productive, because we didn't have to waste time with this kind of administrative mundane tasks. We can just digitize it, and with the speed and efficiency of programming and computers, it made us more creative, it made us more productive, it made us provide more value, not only to our employer, but our customers. So again, I think that can be rolled over into your personal individual life, but maybe some people have too much digitizing and too much computer and apps, and they want to go the old school method. So like I said, if whatever works for you, however you have to rethink things, if that works, I'm all for it. Well, I'm not personally for it, but I'm for it for you if it's going to help you change your behavior.
Getting where I wrote it and not really remembering exactly what the plan was going to be for this paycheck. So just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. And let me tell you, doing it that way, I literally got nothing done.
And what if you mess up? Like me, I got bad handwriting. I'm going to need a lot of whiteout if I'm using pen. I'll probably be using pencil, because I will do a lot of erasing. I don't know. Number one, I have bad handwriting. I mess up a lot. So for me, like I said, that's why my preference is digital opposed to, writing things down like this. I know I'm going to mess up. It's just going to look sloppy. My handwriting is so bad. So
accomplished nothing. I reached none of my money goals. For those of you.
See, look at that right there. She messed up. Did you want whiteout? Otherwise, like for me, half of that page would be scribbled out.
Who don't know, I actually created this budget planner. This is the planner I used to pay off $24,000 of credit card debt and save $10,000 in 1 year. And it is the planner that I still use to this day. We sold over 50,000 of these on TikTok alone, and you can get it linked.
And highlighters too. Wow.
Right here to the little orange card. And since,
by the way, nice nails. Look at that.
I am a visual girly and a color-coded queen, I'm going to go through and highlight everything perfectly, just how I like it. Hope it helps.
All right, let's go to the comments. I see how budgeting is great when you're bringing home a $7,000 paycheck. My dude. We bring home $10,000 a month, and that means nothing if you don't live below your means. Yeah, you could be bringing home $10,000 a month, but if you're spending 12, I mean, what are you doing? Right? Now, life happens. I get it. But if you're consistently bringing home 10,000, your spending is above 10,000 month over month over month. That's not life. That's living beyond your means, beyond your income. It's not an isolated incident. For real, I make $2,400 a month and my rent takes up one of those checks. I'm making it, but I'm struggling in today's world. Budgeting is great if you can make enough to cover your bills. People can explain budgeting, but I cannot for the life of me grasp it. I bought a dotted notebook and designed my own setup. It really does help keep track, and I love that I have extra space for cute pics of the month. I need more spaces. Yeah, me too. How to keep your budget. Don't buy a 12-month budget planner from TikTok shop when they're free online. Oh man, that was good. You made this. That's so cool. What's the frequency of each sheet? Is it one per week, etc.? I might have to go back to paper and pen. These Excel sheets look so good when people on TikTok use it, but it's so confusing, overwhelming when I try. I agree. Do you have these available for good notes? All right, I'm gonna read one more and then we'll close it out. My problem is not budgeting aspect. Writing things down and assigning amounts to different categories is easy. It's the following through I can't get a handle on. I'm with you there. Like I said from the beginning, I love the whole tracking and budgeting and this kind of trend that's happening. But for me personally, it's the behavior, right? It's great that I'm able to track it, but how am I changing my behavior when it comes to, I'll use the example again, prepping my meal? What's going to stop me in the middle of the week when I'm so tired of my, white rice and chicken breast or whatever it is? You might say, well, then change up your prep meal. Well, I get it, but what if you didn't budget for that, right? What's going to stop me from going to McDonald's and getting a quick value cheap meal or whatever it is? Or what's going to stop me when I'm at the gas station, I'm filling up gas, and I happen to go into the store, I see something, a snack or whatever it is, some knickknacks, and what's going to discipline me in my behavior to refrain from making that purchase? Even though I know I can, what's going to stop me? What's the behavior that's going to stop me from doing that? Even with the subscriptions or sometimes Amazon, these things that are so convenient, because everything in terms of a transaction is available in the palm of your hands. Literally, it is available in the palm of your hands now. So what's going to stop you? The behavior, what is it going to take for you to stop making those unnecessary purchases? It's so much easier now. Back then, you would have to go to a store. You would have to go somewhere. You would physically have to go elsewhere to make purchases. But now it's all in the palm of your hand. Good videos. I really like them. I'm looking forward to create more videos like this on budgeting especially. So if you found any value with this video, consider subscribing. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you in the next video.